Hi, this is MarkLittle. I've coined the term star advisor. So, we've been talking about star financial advisors, which have two qualities that are really important. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you why it's worth the effort and how much easier your life is if you'll invest the 12 months or so that it takes for you to get to that level. Let me start with definitions. What is a star advisor? The thing you need to know is the two criteria that matter most is that you are the number one financial advisor in your market. No question, the reputation that you have in your market area, your market niche, whatever you consider your market to be, you are number one. Number two is so far in the rearview mirror that nobody even thinks about them. So that's criteria number one. Criteria number two is fast growth. It's anywhere from 10% growth per year, which is very low for a star advisor, to I've had periods of my career, long periods that were growing 10% per month, month after month for a long time. Maybe not an entire year, but almost. So number one in your market, fast growth. Fast growth is really the key. It takes quite a bit of effort to do both. You've got to understand a lot about what impresses affluent, ideal clients if you're going to be the number one in your market. It helps if you can identify who the number one financial advisor in your market is. Now, I speak specifically to financial advisors who want to deliver truly comprehensive financial services to their clients. It doesn't matter to me if you're currently consider yourself to be a financial advisor, financial planner, stockbroker, investment advisor, or investment manager. You might be a partner in a tax accounting firm. You may be a partner in a estate planning law firm. But what I'm talking about is for some of you, it'll be a business within your business. For others of you, this is your business. The business should be that you're delivering truly comprehensive financial services to individuals and families, that you're without question the number one in your area. You are growing fast. So rather than talk about what it takes to get there, because most of my videos have to do with that and have been since the beginning, I just in the last year or two started thinking in terms of star advisors because of a book that I think is one of the most important books for business, if you're in a service business, that's been written. The book I'm talking about is called The Star Principle by Richard Koch, Koch. The Star Principle talks about, he's a billionaire, but he was simply an advisor at first Boston Consulting Group, and then he was at Bain and Company, but he was in private equity. He was the type of consultant that would go in and determine businesses that could utilize capital that they could invest in to take the company to the next level. He invested in only what he called star companies. Now, he did not invent the term, but he's the first one that I've ever seen that focused his entire career on working with only star companies. Now, in working with star advisors, what I want to make a case for right here, right now, is why it's worth the effort for you to become a star advisor. You may be already very successful. I talk to advisors all the time. They're making multi-six figures, 300, 500, 1 million, 3 million. All I'm saying is you could be making a tremendous amount of revenue on an annual basis. But there are three metrics that we follow in our methodology that to be a star advisor, you need to focus on three metrics that truly matter to the value of your business. They are client satisfaction, year-over-year growth, which we're talking about, and sustainability. The idea that your business can continue growing at the pace that we're talking about with or without your involvement. So why is it easier? Why is it worth the effort? If a financial advisor is already successful, you're already delivering comprehensive financial services at a level that astounds your clients, you think you're done. Why would I even want to consider making the effort after all these years to take my firm to the next level. If you're the number one firm in your market, you're already growing that fast. In other words, if you are a star advisor, life's easier for you. For one thing, client acquisition is very easy. When you're the number one in your market, the multimillionaires that are looking for firms like this know that you're there. The reputation that you have as being the number one firm, it's a tipping point that once you reach that number one status, it becomes well known. You are so confident of it that you are telling potential clients, we are the only game in town. You can tell potential clients they can go interview elsewhere if they want, but it's well known. You feel confident that there is no other financial advisor in your market that could deliver at the level that you're delivering. You're cocky about it. You are confident enough that you are number one, that you are marketing yourself that way. But the way you deliver service, when we go in, look a little deeper, you deserve the rating. So that's what I'm talking about. Client acquisition isn't the only thing that's easier. The one thing that happens when you are a star advisor is referrals pick up. This would be client acquisition through your clients. One thing that I noticed when I became the only game in town in my market was that referrals picked up dramatically, whereas I always received referrals, and the better our firm got at delivering truly comprehensive financial services, the more I dug into for each and every ideal client what they expect. I had designed the entire service model, what I teach, which is how to deliver truly comprehensive financial services in a way that's consistently exceeding client expectations. That's based on data. I designed a business model and a client service model around knocking the socks off the average successful, affluent, ideal client. I knew from talking and doing a ton of research what they liked, what they didn't like, but at the end of the day, it's all data. So when you get into this, if you jump on board and join me in the star advisor pool, I would encourage you to jump in. The water's fine. Life gets easier, because the one thing that, in addition to client acquisition from outside people, that picks up dramatically is your annual client referral rate. When you're the number one advisor in your community, your clients not only know it, but they understand why, because they're receiving it. They get to the point where you are so effective at knocking their socks off. When your clients know that you're the best person in the world to serve all the friends that they know and love and care about, they won't let any of their people go to anyone other than you. That is a big lift that comes directly from being a star advisor. The other thing that is a benefit for being a star advisor that you're on your own if you're number 2 or 3 or 4 is the quality of the team that you attract. Now, it's a little bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy, but if you work hard for a year, you can take over the number one spot. And the reason I know that, even if you're not sure right now who they are, I have 4 client expectations that I teach. All you have to do is ask me. I talk about them in these videos quite often, but there are 4 expectations that I've got data on this. I've done it myself. I've been in this business 40 years. I've tried a lot of things, but these 4 client expectations truly are the key to exceeding clients' expectations before you know the individual client and their expectations. It turns out 4 expectations are so rare that if you can deliver on any 2 of the 4, I doubt there's any financial advisor in your community that would come close to you. If you will learn the 4 expectations, figure out a way to deliver on all 4 of them, which takes a bit of a trick. With financial advisors that I'm working with, it takes a month or 2 for the advisor to even figure out how to deliver on these 4 service commitments. But if you can deliver on all 4 of these client expectations, the odds that another advisor can deliver at that level is statistically 0. I know this because I've tested it all over the United States. As a matter of fact, Of the four, if you're just delivering on two of them, there's probably not another advisor in town who's willing or able to deliver on two of them. But on four, the chances that one of your multimillionaire potential clients actually finds someone to deliver on all four, statistically zero. So you're in the clear. Just by implementing what I'm talking about, you'll be the only game in town. You'll be number one in your market. You add on top of that, you're working with each individual client and just straight up asking them what they expect. And they see effort of you attempting to deliver on that. This is moving you into star territory. But the point I was getting at is when you're the number one financial advisor in your community, you're the number one in your market, you attract a better team. Now, what it means to have a team means different things to different people. But if you're working with me or if you're following what I recommend, because I just follow the data of what clients prefer, then you'll build a team of 5 subject matter experts other than you. All right. So it'll be a certified financial planner for the client's goals and objectives. It'll be a tax accountant, like a CPA, or an enrolled agent, but someone really skilled with tax for affluent people. Then you're going to have an estate planning lawyer. You're going to have a chartered financial analyst, money manager, and you're going to have a risk and safety expert who, as a subset of what they do, is capable of assessing all the client's insurance as a subset of duties. Well, once you're number one, you will get the best people that are available. And you're on a roll because the chances once you've attained a team that's capable of knocking your client's socks off, then you become number one. And if there's any turnover on your team, which there is, people retire, their life circumstances change, their spouse moves out of the area, so they have to move their family. Your team of subject matter experts will turn over. Things happen in the team's life. People get divorced. People have horrible things happening in their lives. Whereas one year, one of your SMEs is extraordinary. The next year, sometimes you have no idea why. All of a sudden, they are no longer up to the task. There will be turnover. But all I'm saying is if you're the number one firm, you're known with a reputation of being that, then it's easier to build a team. You'll get the best. By having stronger A players, things are in place that you've never dreamed of before. You have more resourceful people. The quality and the quantity of advice starts ramping up dramatically. And as you see that ramp up, you will see both your growth and your referrals going up. So I just want to encourage you, no matter what stage of your career that you're in, if you're already number one, the method that I'm talking about, when you're a star advisor, I can show you how to scale this business. So if you're interested in improving the value of your business, getting a higher multiple than the same multiple that all advisors tend to get when they get to the end of their career, in shock and horror, they realize the low multiple that financial advisors are used to getting when they sell their business. But even if you have someone in your family or you've got an employee that's going to take over the firm, even if you're not going to sell the business, I like working with star advisors because they want the value of their company to increase no matter what their plans are. Whether or not you're going to sell is not the factor. Although if you do plan someday to sell your business, you should consider becoming a star advisor. You'll grow faster. At that point, when you're number one, you reach out to me. I will show you how to be worthy of double the multiple, maybe even more, because you're a star advisor. Through mergers, acquisitions, and joint ventures, you can get your multiple up substantially higher than it is right now, but not unless you're a star advisor. So I urge you to consider this, that it's worth the effort. I know it's very tempting to be a little complacent when you're already successful, you're making a lot of money. But if you want the value of your business to grow, if you want the multiple that your company is worth to be greater than you could get it as just an average run-of-the-mill financial advisor, highly competent, above average for sure, maybe number two in your market, but it's just, there's nothing that beats being the number one in your market. You'll be growing faster. And at that point, now you're in the game. you can figure out how to arrange your firm in such a way that you can get not only a higher multiple, but a substantially higher multiple for the value of your business. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.